Welcome to the new member meetup intro video. We are currently in the process of overhauling our new member meetup. We're trying to make it the best experience possible and afford for more opportunities for you to connect with each other in the time that we're together. So I'm taking a lot of the content, a lot of the information that was provided in the original new member meetup and doing a speed run of it here as best as I can. So, without much further, thank you for watching this, and I will share all of this with you. First, just a little bit about the Interaction Design Foundation up under Contact Us. If you're looking for it, about us is the mission to improve your career. So, we take great, very experienced people, we have them produce content and educational material that helps support your growth, and our goal is to help you grow your design skills and advance your career in a way that you can build a better future for yourself, whether it is you in your own business, you designing solutions for yourself, for your company, for your not-for-profit, for your volunteer work, but just helping you become a better designer, see the world in a different way, and grow into your future skill set, become the best version of yourself, achieve your goals. Do that a number of different ways. One of it's just by providing really great content, providing the courses, which are an expansion of that really great content. And then what you're experience now is the local community. So connecting with other great designers, people who are growing, we're all growing into our future skill sets, our future selves. And that is just the general mission of IxDF. I would say the one thing I always add to the communities is that we are out there trying to forward the conversation of design. So we take all this great information we learn, we take all of our experiences from our past careers, our current careers, our aspirations, and we share them with each other, and we help forward design, and in many ways society. As designers, oftentimes we're at the front edge of change, and it is just the nature of what we do every day. No pressure. So to move on, I'm going to talk about community with IxDF. We have right now 480 local communities in 102 countries, and that is all over the world. You can see if I pan over to through Europe and Asia and India and Asia, through Africa, we're everywhere. And it's great because as you go through and you see communities and you interact with people, you'll find that there are people from all over the world journeying, especially some of the virtual events. And you have an opportunity to do the same. One of my favorite stories to tell is how someone visiting Manhattan from Beijing scheduled a coffee meetup in Manhattan while they were here so that they can meet other designers. The other is that as I used to host very early morning virtual sessions for DC, I would have people in India join and just chat and say hi, and we would talk through the topic, which was always fun. And it's really interesting because you get different perspectives, but you also realize how similar you are to people on the other side of the world. When it comes to communities, you can be a member of five. I will show you an example of what happens if you're like me and you try to become a member of too many. It will say, hey, you can only be a member of five. And that helps keep the communities a little more meaningful in a way so that you are a member of things that you want to engage in. Um, and if you're ever looking to join one and you get that error, you just drop off of one of your existing communities and you join another. The two ways you can find communities are to just pan and scan around the map and then select the flag, and then you can click that join button. At the same time, you can also use this local groups near you, and it's listed by alphabetically by country, and then you have all the local communities under each country, and it's broken also down by a continent at the higher level. And when you're in there, you just click on the community name. See how it highlights in blue, and it'll take you to the group. You can click the join button. Another interesting aspect of communities is the discussion forum. It is very, very helpful. You can start a new conversation if you want. People are doing, sort of quick evaluative studies, talking about methodologies, sharing their projects, um, comparing their experience with IxDF. But we have the conversation categories over to the right if you're looking for something specific. My favorite to go in is portfolio review. People are just talking about their portfolios and trying to get input on them. It's a really great place to go. There's conversations on mobile UX. People are looking for everyday apps to use, so on and so forth. But it's a great place to go and get more of a global perspective, a universal perspective on what's going on. You can also go into the most discussed posts and see where maybe more people are talking about something. And again, you can always start a new conversation, pick a topic, and dive into it. So one other aspect of communities, and this is an area that I use fairly frequently. So in your local community, you can see the events that are going on. But if you're ever interested in seeing what's happening effectively everywhere, especially if you're looking for virtual events, you can go down under this again, this under community, scroll down to where it says Smile Together, Learn Together Free UX Meetups. It gives you all meetups. And it will show you in chronological order from the most upcoming. So this one's happening in Pescara, all of the meetups. And to find out whether they're in person or virtual, you do have to click into them, but oftentimes it's relatively, you can tell by the headline whether it is going to be virtual. You can see the new member meetup here that I have hosted right now. I have posted in a number of places, so it's listed multiple times. But you can scroll through these, see what's going on. This one's coming up in Vegas, I know, is virtual on June 4th. Should be a lot of fun. They always puts on a good event and has really great speakers come in. And you can see that's posted in a number of different locations. The other great thing about this is that you can filter. So if you're looking for something in a particular area, you can say, well, I just want things in Oceania, and it'll show you that there's nothing in Oceania right now. So let me go to India's a fun one. And you can see there's just a lot going on that you can check in, check out, see what's happening. But a really great way to dive into sort of the broader global community of design. One thing I'm going to point out while I am here, it's really a part of the literature, but it'll be a good segue to the literature, is that as you take courses, you have all these templates that are provided to you. And there is usually a location in the course where it says, hey, download all of this in one shot, but you can download them as you go. If you're ever in a pinch and you need a set of good resources that will help you through a particular activity, these template bundles can be nice. They charge a few bucks, but when you're in that moment and you need them, it's a really great resource to have. I think they expand beyond what's in the course, but they're just good and handy to have. So portfolio template, creativity template. The service design one was one that I always point to because it has a lot of good mapping templates in it, as well as the journey mapping is super helpful. They're just so you don't have to go dig around on the internet so much. The resource is there for you. Diving a little more deeply into literature, and this is really, really helpful. This is one of the more powerful aspects of the website from sort of a universal perspective, is that all of this is free and it is comprehensive, and someone could learn everything they needed to know from this. So we have the books, one of them being the Encyclopedia of Human Computer Interaction, the 4,000 plus pages. As a non-member, you have access to it as a website. As a member, you can download the PDF. But both are really, really great resources, and I wouldn't wouldn't be concerned about the fact that you can't download it or someone couldn't download it. It is here for everyone who needs it. And it's a very excellent resource. It's very, very thorough in its 4,000 plus pages. It's definitely super helpful in that it allows you, if you're doing research or you are doing a presentation, it helps you cite your reference. The other slice of this are topics. There are also articles that are just individual captures of information that talk about a particular topic, but I really appreciate the topics themselves because they cluster information together in a meaningful way. And it's really great because you can navigate them. They have the top UX UI design topics, and then on this one page, they have all of them listed. You can jump to them using the text navigation up there. But if you're looking for just about anything, it's good to come here and see if you can find it. So I always look, you can tell I already have it here. I look for Gestalt because it's a really good example. It provides everything that we have available for the most part. It tells you, hey, there's a course on this. They have this beautiful outline that walks through the different aspects of Gestalt, and then it just provides the lesson to you top to bottom. You can learn as much as you would need to in one sitting about Gestalt, and then there are links out to other resources that will help you understand what this means. The topics are amazing resources, and the other thing I want to point out, part of the reason I'm scrolling down all the way is to show you that at the end, there are additional resources that you can learn from. There are general questions related to this that you can explore further, and then any articles that we have on Gestalt. So it really does become a really great one-stop shop where you can learn about a particular topic. The other one I'll point out here is color theory. Can be a lot of fun. That if you want to learn about color theory, really great place to come. If you want to get that initial digest, there's a link to the Visual Design, the Ultimate Guide course, which is also going to cover color theory because it's a very important part of visual design. But again, just really great resources for you and for anyone. They're here, they're available, they are free. So that more or less covers literature. I'm sure you are very aware of the courses. It's probably the reason you're here, so I'm not going to cover them, as well as the master classes. Um, just really great topics if you're ever looking for something where you want to get an intro understanding of a concept. I think what's great about the master classes is that occasionally, and probably more often than not, they're bringing up something relatively new or that's emerging in the conversation about design, whether it's from a career development perspective or just a conceptual perspective. The one that came up recently that is probably a couple of years old at this point is we had someone from NASA in talking about designing with community and how you can become effectively a facilitator to support community as they design for themselves. Very powerful talk, really great insights, and just an amazing different way of thinking about things. And it was probably one of the most valuable $5 I've spent in a very long time because it helped not only me understand how he was setting up this particular methodology and his case studies and his experience in it, but it helped set a better tone for how I move forward and really inspired my path forward and feel like I was not so alone in my understanding of how we could make the world a better place. So really great content here. Oftentimes it can be very directly related to something specific like game design, but also can be broad like this community design aspect. So I did this in about half the time. Congratulations on making it through if you did. We talked about literature, we talked about community, and we talked about the master classes a bit. Thank you for making it through this, and I look forward to seeing you on June 3rd for our new member meetup. It'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll get to meet a lot of people. We'll talk soon.